Hello, my name is Wilson, and I am Wakundama. And I want to spend a few minutes talking a bit more about this four-part perception. It's something that I cover much more in depth in my book, Spirituality for Real, Deep Healing, When Reality Seems Unkind. So it's the second book in my spirituality book series. So the first part is this concept that you are the only real person in this world. And so let me describe why I got to this, at least this first shift, why it's important. So you're in a place where, let's say, this world just, everything in your life just seems, it's starting to feel so stressful, so overwhelming. And you have a vision of like where you should be, how things should be, and it's just not happening. And you're seeing evidence of other people that are doing the things that you want to be doing, or having the experiences that feel like you should be having. And it's not happening for you. It just seems unfair. And so that's the first point of why it's important. And I at least want to focus on this concept of you are the one real person in this world. See, in my book, I describe at least a definition for real. Real, what is real? Real is that which matters. And why to say that? It's like sometimes you have a sense of like things, and someone says to you, no, you're kind of crazy. It's just in your head. It's not real. Let's say you're experiencing a certain kind of pain, a certain kind of lethargy, and it's like, and somebody just kind of doesn't validate you or invalidates you. It's like, that's not real. It's just in your head. Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter if it's just in your head. If it affects you, it's real. So that's why I say real. Reality is just what matters. What is real is what matters. And so when you're in a state of like everything else just seems so overwhelming, it just is not fair, you're actually consciously making yourself less real. You're making yourself you're making yourself matter, feel like you matter less, that everything else matters more. What you should be, or whatever's coming at you and challenging you and not giving you, at least not, it feels like not giving your voice, not recognizing you, not appreciating you. When you're in that place, you're shifting into, I matter less, everything else matters more. And in a sense then, you are less real and everything around you is more real. So the first shift is actually a shift of claiming your power. Let's simplify it first. Let's start off with you. And that first shift, I want you to look and consider, there's only one real person in this world, and that person is you. There's only one person that matters in this world. That person is you. So take that in. And I know there's one aspect of that critical voice goes, that sounds really selfish. That sounds very narcissistic. Well, if we can suspend that criticism and not there. And let's just take that first perception. You are the one that matters. Looking at this, I'm looking at you through the computer screen, but I'm telling you right now, there's only one real person in this world. That person is you. First shift. Just hold that. And so what is all around you? Second shift. Everything around you then is, let's say, less real. Less real in a sense as everything around you is a virtual reality. And the purpose of everything around you is just to be your teacher. So to make that second shift, I want you to imagine, we have these things called virtual reality glasses. They're like big goggles. But I want you to imagine that there's a virtual reality suit. So the virtual reality glasses, they manufacture a world within that you can see with your eyes. But I want you to imagine you could actually wear a whole virtual reality suit. So it's not just eyes, sense of sight. You could manufacture the sense of smell, taste, temperature, the feeling, and what you hear. So imagine you're putting on this virtual reality suit. And you're looking at this right now. You're looking at this screen. And you're looking at me. Consider me. I am just part of the whole fabric of this virtual world around you. I am just one face of the many faces of this virtual reality that is talking to you right now. You are the one real person. You are the one that matters. I am just part of the virtual reality that's around you. And you question, like, why? If there's a part of that critical part of you that's like questioning, it's like, wait. This is not virtual. You're looking at this person that's talking to me is real. All the people that are around me are real. But it's like, and this idea of a virtuality suit sounds like fantastical. It's like, it's imaginary. It's like, whoa, yeah, right now I'm asking you to consider it imaginary, but we do have virtual reality glasses. But I want you to consider this idea, this body that you're in. If you did not have the sense of skin, of touch, you couldn't see, you couldn't smell, you couldn't hear, you couldn't taste. You didn't have your five senses. You couldn't perceive those. Then you'd be unplugged from any reality. So your experience of reality is dependent upon this body that you're in with all the senses. It's dependent upon this. You can consider your body as a virtual reality suit. It's dependent upon this virtual reality suit. So let's make that first shift again. You are the one that matters. You're the one real person. And this virtual reality, this world around you is actually a virtual reality that's here to teach you the one that actually matters. And so if I leave it at that, those first two shifts, I remember those first two shifts, those are actually the kinds of shifts that if you actually go to modern psychology, like cognitive behavioral health, or even types of things that motivational speakers talk about. They talk about, don't let anyone else tell you who you should be. It's ultimately within your mind, within your belief. You make the shift and you become empowered. So those first two aspects, those first two shifts, you're the only one person in this world that matters. You're the only real person, and everything else is virtual. So in other words, what everyone else says don't give it so much weight. It's all virtual. If that's all you shift, and that's all I did shift initially in my toughest times, that wasn't quite enough, because it's like the world often just feels like it becomes so stressful and overbearing. You feel so alone. And you really still feel like at times I don't matter, and you get so depressed at times, or I got so depressed. And so the third shift is to elevate this just a little bit more. Everyone else around you is a virtual reality here to teach you. But just to leave it at that, teacher with a small t. Let's elevate that. Teacher with a capital T. It's like, let's elevate the presence of this teacher. Let's elevate to a state of reverence. So it's not just teacher, a small t, teacher with a capital T. In fact, let's talk about like the word master. Everything around you is a virtual reality. Is your master, a master teacher with a capital M, capital T. Just think about, let's say, something in martial arts, some master teacher on the top of a mountain, some master guru. Even elevate that more. Someone, let's say, like from the movie Star Wars, like a Yoda, or something even more higher, more elevated. Some in religion, some saint, person or presence, entity that's not even physically alive. So I want you to start to make that shift, imagine everything around you is that masterful, capital M, teacher, capital T. In fact, when I use the final shift, I like to use the word God, capital G. Everything around you is God. And then, when I do that, everything around me is God. That shifts me into a place of reverence and deference to all that is around me. It's not just a mere teacher, but it is my capital T teacher. It's my master, capital M. And if you're comfortable with the word God, for whatever religion, just choose, place in there, whoever it is. If it's Allah, if it's J with a Jehovah, capital J, if it's capital B with a Buddha, if it's Great Spirit, if it's the U, capital U with the universe. So whatever it is, place that there, whatever, it's great reverence. Even if it's a personal saint, just put that saint there, capital S, with reverence. Everyone else around you is that person embodied, that entity embodied, great reverence. So then you want to be in that place where you treat everything, you can shift, when you can shift that way, everything around you, treat them with reverence, because they are the face of God. So as you are looking at me, consider me, I'm not a real person here, as far as you're concerned. I am virtual. You're only seeing me through a computer screen. I might as well be a computer-generated graphics. I am just one, and furthermore, I am virtual. I am one face of the master teacher. I am one face of the God, the saint, speaking to you. And you will see many other faces than just me. Consider all of us. We are your teacher, your master. We are here to serve you. We are here to deliver to you what is of the most benefit to you. And so to wrap this all up, fourth shift, this reality, this life journey is really just the journey of you, the one student. The one student of all of us, God. All of us, the master teacher to you. We serve you. Consider that shift. You are the one that matters. You matter. You are the one real student. It's just you and God. You are God's sole real student. So these are the four shifts. And you just kind of go through them one by one each day. And as life bumps into you and you get challenges, you're going to fall out of these shifts. I fall out of these shifts. But it's like each day I just kind of look at those four stages of perception, and I just kind of, remind myself, and I shift back into there. And then that allows me to come from a place of oh my God, it's just so much. And from that place of oh my God, instead of asking questions of why is this happening to me? Why doesn't this happen for me? Why does it happen for other people but it doesn't happen? Shift out of that into, wait, this is all a lesson for me, and it's for my own good. And it's from everything else, which is my God and my master. And so the question will be not why is this happening to me, but what is the purpose of all this? Help me see the gift and benefit of this. I don't see it right now. It seems pretty terrible, but somehow I know this is good. Help me see that. So that's the shift. That's how you start to claim your power. To become more real, more aligned within yourself and with all that's around you. So you can learn more about this four-part perception in my Spirituality for Real books. So there's book 1, Spirituality for Real, Beyond the Incense and Meditation, but more importantly, book 2, which is Spirituality for Real, Deep Healing, Finding Strength When Reality Seems Unkind. Furthermore, to even help deepen this with those 2 books, I also encourage you to take a look at my online course, Be the Center of Your Universe. That will also help create the shifts at a subconscious level that actually is aligned and very much based upon this four-part perception.